Where do you see the town going in the future with the developments and the Playa Grande
Well,
and the? What do you feel?
I can tell you that I don't want to say it because I wish it stayed like this, but I know it will develop,
Yeah.
and it will. It's coming. You know, it's coming slowly from north and northeast. It's coming like the destination, the big tourist destination on both sides, and we are right in the middle. But it's like it's coming slowly, but it's gonna come to Cabrera.
I always felt
You
though,
know.
Louis, that it's coming to growth is unstoppable.
Yeah.
But yet, and I could be wrong, but maybe you'll shed a light on this for the viewing audience, but I could be wrong, but I've always maintained strongly if Cabrera was going to be like a Sosua, it would have been, if there was a beach, let's say where we're sitting now, if it wasn't a rock cliff and it was a beach,
Yes.
it would be like Sosua already. I don't ever believe it's going to have the same kind of tourist trade that these places that have the beaches right now.
No. I think I'm sure tourists in this who comes here are those who likes more nature and country flavor. So not those who likes those developments like fun hangouts with
Like all inclusive.
all inclusive.
Yeah.
So this kind of is that's why here maybe you have seen that there has been built a lot of villas. So villas, that kind of tourist is different. It's a different way of coming here for a special celebration like weddings and things like that. But and more villas are being built, will be built in this area, which said to me that it's going to be different. It's not going to be like those destination. I mean, Sosua, Cabarete, and those area, and it's a different kind of people who come here and stay here. So if we continue developing those the kind of same concept of villas and those tourists, it's gonna be, it will be like it is for a long time. But you know, there's always good and bad. There's
Yes.
always something comes, right? Development brings everything. See, because of those villas and hotels and future projects are coming and people hear about that, I'm sure a lot of people will travel from other part of the island. Maybe they will travel to Cabrera.
It also
in
makes
search,
investment
exactly, in search
a
of
good option.
good jobs and things.
Yeah.
Probably, you know, in Ecuador and Punta Cana, like right now, many people from here, they live there because they went there because they were looking for a job opportunity. How about when they know this place is well developed? I'm sure they will be happy to return back home
Absolutely.
one day if they can find a job here that they have over there, but they've been traveling back and forth for many years. If they have it here, they will stay home.
What about the
So-
surrounding areas of Cabrera? I relocate a lot of people to Loma Alta, Naranjito,
Yes.
maybe some La Catalina, La Callejon, Los Valles, and those areas. How do you feel? I feel those areas are going to remain really peaceful and quiet, even though they're
for
10
sure.
minute away from town.
For sure.
I really don't think it's going
Yes.
to affect
No,
those
no,
outlying
no,
areas
no,
all that
those
much.
areas will stay the way, you know, the way they are right now. That one, it won't change. But it's, I can tell you that those area, the only situation is that those the kids born there, once they grow, they want to come to because they want to learn, they want to study, they want to make a course to make a better living, you know. So parents, grandparents stay in the village, and if you go to those villages, you will see that you might feel like it's empty. There's no young people there. Only the old people stay. That's why what you said, those places will stay the way they are. It's true.
I think for residential.
Yeah.
More, you know,
Perfect.
the middle-aged people
Yeah.
on up, a little residential. But I wanted to ask you one or two final questions before I know you have a meeting, and we'll get together again. But what advice could you give foreigners that are coming down to look at possibly changing? What advice, because you know both countries, you know America, you know here, you've been in both countries most of your life. What advice could you give people who are trying to learn to slow down, or they're tired of the fast?
Yeah.
How do people do this? Because they to me, I find I relocate a lot of people, but they have a real difficult time learning to put on the brakes and slow down.
Yeah, that's right. It takes a while. I tell you that because of my personal experience. When I go to America and I work there for 6-7 months, I tell you, when I come back here, it takes me 3 weeks and 4 weeks, even a month, to come down.
Even you?
You know, even me. It's because of what I do there is so fast that, you know, I'm always moving fast, coming back and forth. When I come here, I need to come down, but it takes me a while to come down. But what I do, I just write down a few activities I normally do, and I noticed they help me to come down right away. First things I do, I take a day and I go to the Amantes Beach. The water has a condition that people should know about it. It helps me a lot. You know, the Amantes Beach is like the beach comes, but there's underground water that cross the mountains under the water and go into the beach. So you can feel it. You can feel the warm and the cold. You know. And if you go in there and you feel relaxed, your body will relax right away. You know, I do that, and I noticed when I come, I'm a little shaky and then things like this. But when I go there and I stay for a day, I buy fried fish and swim. I come and I feel like, I feel like I'm calming down.
That's what my wife is doing today while I'm working.
That's right.
She's having
Nice.
Yeah,
right.
okay.
Then I go to the countryside and I visit my mother and father-in-law, stay in the farm for the day, cook in the farm, eat the organic food. They grow everything they eat. And then when I come back here, I feel like, wow, this is what I need, you know? It's like I know what way I can help myself to calm down. But what I tell you, your question was about, you know, what would I say to the people? What would I recommend to the people, right? Once they come here, well, if they come here, something they should do is like, don't be afraid of getting together, of getting close with the local people. Even local people might appear to be a little shy and a little distant, but they feel insecure because of the language probably, but not because they don't really like to get close to people. They want it. So learning the language is really important everywhere you go. If you learn the language, you will understand more the people. You will understand more the situation.
A lot of the folks that I talk to, they have a conception. I think it's a misconception that they have to be totally fluent in Spanish.
No, I don't think so.
And I don't see that where that's necessary.
No.
Because country Spanish is so broken anyway.
Yes, of course.
And you talk Dominican Spanish to a Colombian,
yeah,
they don't
course.
even recognize it as Spanish.
That's right true.
You know, or a Cuban.
That's right true. Yeah, you don't have to be fluent. All you need is, you know, if you go around and meet the people and share with the people, you pick the language, you pick the slang, because we don't speak, like you said, we don't speak perfect Spanish. It's a Dominican Spanish, which is different from Mexican, Colombian.
Absolutely.
Even here in the country, we are from north, east, south, and west. People from the south, they use some words that we don't use here in the north.
Absolutely.
People from the north and people from the east is different.
Yeah.
We understand each other, but we have, like, people from the south, if you hear them speaking, you will hear the R. The R is in all words. You will hear they pronounce the R so strong. People from the north, you will hear the I So even the works ends with R, we put an I
An I.
in it. You see?
Yeah,
And
that's
this is normal. This is fine. I have a lot of fun talking to different people, listening to different people, speaking, and I've been teaching Spanish. So every day I'm more and more clear that we don't speak standard Spanish. Standard Spanish is something, but you don't need to be fluent to be able to get around, to understand people and speak people. There's only one way to learn a language, I realize. It's by
Immersing.
immersing, right?
That's what you do.
Exactly.
That's what you
That's
do.
why
That's what you did with me.
Yeah, right.
You know, you
Yeah.
threw me in there and have at it, buddy.
Of course.
And it was
Listen
like, in the beginning, but now I'm right at home.
Now you're ready. You're
Well,
ready to listen.
you know,
right?
Leanne and I are very, I don't want to use it, but different is the only word I can. We spend 85% of our time in the mountain with the country folk.
Yeah,
the
yeah,
old
that's
time.
right.
Exactly. That's us. But,
Yeah.
but, hey, buddy. But that's the thing, you know. And, Louis, I know you got another meeting, but I want to ask you a favor.
Sure.
Can I reserve you again for another video?
Sure, why not?
Because you could help a
Sure,
lot of people in
sure.
different countries.
It's my pleasure. If you think it's helpful for other people to listen and see what's the reality here, just anytime.
I'm sure one or two
let
or
me know.
more are going to want to maybe reach out and talk to you, and I'll connect you to some people
Sure.
overseas. You don't mind talking and answering questions?
Of course not. I don't mind.
Louis?
This is my kind of my hobby and my daily routine, speaking and talking to people. I love it.
Louis, I want to
So-
thank you so much for your time.
Well,
And till next time, this is Barry NDR, and up close and personal with a good buddy of mine, Louis Garcia. We'll talk to you guys soon.
See you.
Bye.